So I'm making this video more for me, more so than I'm making it for my viewers, because you might have noticed in a previous video, I did talk about how I will be including more sponsors in future videos. And usually if I do make a video on this channel at this point, maybe except this one, most likely the video is going to be sponsored. So first off, I am sorry to anyone who is not happy with this strategy or decision that I am doing, because I know a lot of people get easily annoyed by sponsored content or just don't really like watching it because it can be misleading or just not of their interest, which I think is totally fine. I think that at the end of the day, for me personally, I just need to do what I need to do to survive this current wave of my life, which, I don't really feel like I need to owe the internet everything about what is going on. But I think as humans, we can all understand that we need to do what we need to do to survive. And like I mentioned before, I am currently making more sponsored videos just because this is my way of funding things that I am not currently showing anyone online yet. You might have seen some previews of me sharing things about like my new YouTube channel, graphic novel, and whatnot. And here's the thing, and it's the harsh reality of being an artist, is that so much of your time doing things behind the scenes that you're not sharing online often just go unpaid or unsupported, unless if you're going to start a Kickstarter that is going to fund your development process of new projects. So I know that while seeing sponsored content is probably not everyone's cup of tea, at the same time, you don't have to watch it. I could always make my own Kickstarter or do something else that will, more so directly take the money from my followers' wallets, which I'm aware of. And, there are things that I do like providing services and selling stuff to my followers. But at the same time, for me as an artist, it's kind of difficult to always be relying that as your only source of income. And for me personally, I am aware that a lot of my followers are in a student, young adult age range where money is going to be a thing that is of an issue still. So I would rather focus on receiving funding from other companies so that I can still produce like some videos that provide some level of value. And while they are sponsored, I don't think that like 100% of the things I mention in the videos are totally obsolete of potential valuable information. And again, like I do think that there are companies and sponsors that I have worked with that I actually do use in real life and want to try out, because for me as a creator online, I do actively think about establishing relationships with other companies so that I can keep going myself as an artist. And I think it's a little bit foolish to think that we as artists can just continue making artwork alone out there and just not survive without money. I personally think that it's a little bit naive to think that way, but at least I'm being honest about it instead of just, I guess, like promoting skinny teas, which I don't think I'm doing here. I'm just kind of mostly promoting services or tools that could probably benefit artists who do want to do their own thing or run their own business, or just tools that could help you with your art for the most part. Like I don't get to the level of promoting things that you use that could affect your literal body and health. I don't really stand for that. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is that I hope that if you're still here, trust that the reason why I'm doing sponsored videos right now is, number one, for the sake of survival. That's just reality. And two, it is my form of funding so that I can work on the things that are currently behind the scenes that maybe you guys won't see right now. But I am still kind of being present on this channel and still sharing some information and knowledge with the financial assistance of companies out there, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. And three, it's like if you just don't want to watch the videos, you totally don't have to. And I will let you know when I'm back with my new content. And lastly, and most importantly, I am doing this just because this is probably easier for me to do rather than creating a Kickstarter and constantly having to promote it with the potentials of it not really going through. And like I said again, there are tools that I have been using from some of the sponsors that I have been working with that are actually assisting me with these new and upcoming projects out there. And if you don't feel like supporting this channel anymore just because I am going to be working with sponsors and be making a living via this way to be able to pursue my other artistic projects, you definitely don't have to. But I also hope that someday viewers can be a little bit more understanding that every artist kind of goes through their own different waves of how they can support their creative process, and just because it's not perfect doesn't always mean that it's always deserving of such negative and mean comments. Like, I know that people have the right to express their opinions online, but I also do hope that people are aware of the impact that it leaves on people who are artists that they so claim to support, but the moment that they're not doing art just purely from their art and unpaid, and they're actually making money and doing ways to support themselves as an artist, it's like, oh no, that is suddenly something that people can no longer support. It is a little bit frustrating being a creator online who is just trying to make a living for themselves and just trying to get by. And if I have a way of doing it, especially during times where the industry is so rough, I think it's a little bit silly to pass on that opportunity and just feel sorry for myself when that's not something that I really want to do. And I feel like I need to live my life as an artist and pursue my career in a way that feels authentic to me. So this is just where we're at. I didn't mean to make this video to be like condoning people who don't like sponsored content, because trust me, like even sometimes when I watch videos, if a video is sponsored and I just don't feel like sitting through it, all I do is just click through it, but I don't really leave comments to make the creator feel bad about financially supporting themselves. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents, and this is just me making this video mostly to just kind of, if I get more comments that are just talking about why I'm so shitty for making sponsored videos, it's like I'm just gonna send those people who comment that this video. And yeah, if you haven't seen my other video talking about why I'm kind of going through this phase of needing to do this, watch this video here. Otherwise, thank you for watching this and your understanding for anyone who does. Once again, I am sorry if that's just what it's going to be like on my channel for now, because I don't think everything that I'm currently working on needs to be broadcasted on social media. And if that's something that you believe artists should do, and they should deserve that privacy to work on their own thing while also being able to make a living for that creation process via the ways that they need to, like, this is probably not that different from me just working another job while working on a personal project on the side. Like, I don't know. Just think of it that way. And, thanks again to anyone who's sticking around, and I appreciate your support.